Wow, that's a real eye-opener, Joey. I feel privileged that you can share your experiences with me.
Not at all, bro. It's great to have you here helping out like this. We've got a long way to go, but I know we can get there.
That's more like the brother I know.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Take on Pilots, Take on Helicopters with me, Knee-High Hobo. I'm going to get cut off again in a second, I think. Oh no, we have to interact with him. Okay, so we're not going to get cut off. So, for you, those of you joining us for the first time, this is a helicopter flight simulator where you play... Oh, this again. Yeah, that's it, that's fixed it. Yeah, well, you play a pilot who returns to his brother's inherited helicopter company. He's inherited it from your father, and it's in a bit of trouble. He's struck on hard times with the recession, so basically you've come back to help him, and he watches a lot of porn. You're not particularly interested in what he's saying. This guy over here, his name is Paul. God knows what he does in the company, but he is bored all the time. Really bored, very dull. And this guy here, who, if you've ever played the Mafia games, is like the idiot mechanic out of that. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he doesn't seem to know a great deal about much apart from helicopters, in which he knows everything. This in here is our bird. And this is our helicopter place. I don't know, is this how we move a helicopter? Who knows? Maybe that's a gag platform, so when you land they just whip it away from underneath you and you crash and it's all a hoot. Oh yeah, your brother can't fly because he crashed, I think, and injured himself, I guess. And go for a joyride! I actually didn't know you could do this. So it's based on the Armour 2 engine. You may recognise it. Looks a little bit like Daisy. That's because it's the same engine, so it would stand to reason. And we can do a bit of drink driving. Apparently. There's also a speedboat over here that I keep on going on about. Can we get out now? Me want outie. How do I get out? Oh, damn it all. Oh, get out. There we go. Eject. Technically, if you can eject from a car. But, so we'll just go and have a look at this boat as well. And see, this is how we needed to go whale spotting. We are definitely moving, but I can't hear an engine. Now, let's see if we can bang it on the bank and then go in through the helicopter port thing. 13, 14. It's not a very fast boat. 3, 24, 25, 26. Labour to 27. And yeah, you can sort of beach it. That was a little bit disappointing, that. But that's a pretty cool logo down the side. Anyway, let's carry on. We have some golf courses to go and see. Spoilers. So yeah, your character will also react the same way that people in Armour do. Can we do this through the window? Nope. Oh, we're locking up. I want to play with things that say caution on them. Now, the other thing that we're going to do today, as well, is we are going to increase the difficulty on the game. Oh, right, I didn't know you could do this. So this is so what I did there is I went to the mouse. I went to the workbench and I centre mouse wheel buttoned the workbench. Exterior of D. Standard passenger. What's that? But I don't. But okay, that's cool and all, but how do I know what I'm buying? Small cockpit mounted screen cameras with varying video source including onboard cameras, or we can have the passenger seats. What did we have? So what's this? So this is, here you go. So we can buy new helicopters from here. That's fine. When we have more money, a lot more money. So exterior, what can we have? We can have the. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like we can turn those on and off. So we can have some doors. We can have some beading. Alright, so that's that bar there. So I'll just turn to that one. See it disappear there. So that's that one. Additional thread between these skids allow easier getty inny outy. So 4 passengers to sit on the side. Oh my god, I wouldn't want to do that. You're fucking kidding me. And then for a camera. A normal camera. So these are all things that you can actually buy. Oh, that might be quite useful actually. Let's have a mirror so we can actually see underneath ourselves. So yeah, the you can buy all of these things to open up more missions later on, and I wonder now. Aviation, custom scheme, blue. Oh, excuse me, as I said in a couple of other videos, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so I will try and remember to mute the mic when I need to cough and splutter and stuff. I missed that one. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to open this up to you guys. If I decide to keep this up as a series, which one of these paint schemes do you want me to have on this helicopter? So there's the Larkin Aviation, which is the generic one. Not that this is going to make a huge amount of difference, because as far as I can tell, there's no third-person camera in the helicopter. We can have a custom scheme that's going to be a little bit tricky. We can have the lightning blue. Also, the light blue line. The light digital times, the light elliptical, light furious. I assume light is the helicopter type. So the grey watcher, jeans, shadow, sunset, wasp, which is the one I like, and time trial. So you pick which colour scheme you want me to go with there, and that will be the do the blades change in this? No, the blades don't change. So that will be what we set it as. For the time being, I'm going to leave it as Lark. We've got our mirror, so let us crack on. So that was upgrade. So how do we do repairs? Because if I'm going to change the difficulty, repairs are going to be pretty important, because I'm probably going to scrape some stuff, and we're going to probably burn the engines out. And so what's this? Is this the same? Yeah, so that's all the same stuff there. We don't need that. And oh, no, I don't want to get in it. Thank you. Get out, thank you. I don't want to fly a helicopter indoors. That's probably going to break something. Maybe I can't go to the repair menu whilst I'm in easy mode. Personal. LOL. So, this is perfect. Oh, right, okay, I'm not particularly bothered about that. Are all these going to do the same thing? Give me personal? Yep. Can we watch TV? Get some news stories? Find out what's going on? No? So, it's contracts. We have a lot of contracts, so I'm surprised this business is struggling. Can we go for a dump? No. We've already stolen the car. Let's go and see, whilst Kelly was Paul's in the next room, let's go and print some porn out, and no, it's personal as well. Right, okay, we'll crack on. Oh, crack on with the mission. And I did try, I looked through the menu system at the beginning.
Hey, Mr. Maddox, sir. Howard Maddox? Tom Larkin.
What would you like to catch up on?
Oh, right, so this is how to go back through and do the, these are the instruction, the tutorial missions that you get at the beginning. So yeah, so as I was saying, I did go through and try and change the difficulty. I couldn't find out how to do it, so I assumed that we're going to have to do it at the beginning of a mission. So I'm going to start this off, I'm going to mute my mic, I'm going to have a good old cough, and then we will be back in a moment.
Ah, Tom, good, you're here. I've had some news. It seems the buyer, Mr. Hayden, is interested in conducting a little more business with us.
Well, it seems pretty clear to me. We need our choppers to drum up any business at all. We can't just go on bleeding our assets, Joe.
I know that. Look, he hasn't said exactly what this is all about. The least we can do is meet with him, see what's on the table.
Well now, what's this all about, boys?
Relax, old man. Joe's just negotiating a price for our remaining assets is all.
Easy, Kramer. Tom is scheduled to meet with Mr. Hayden, the guy that bought the chopper. He's requested a meeting to discuss further business.
Okay, so we're back. So we're going to get $20,000 here for flying round. Not at this moment in time, as far as the story goes, they don't know what he wants. I've already played this mission, so I do know. As I said, it's the golf courses, spoiler alert. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and crack on with it. I think we spent enough time in the helicopter hangar. I didn't actually see if there was the choice to make it easier there. But okay, we'll go with this. It might be a case of... But that was the beginning there. Controls, audio, video options, game options, difficulty. Let's go with trainee and let's see how we get on with this. So what that does is... disable tags. Enables third person view. So apparently there is a third person view. Wind influences and dynamics, stress damage. So these are the ones that I'm worried about down here. The stress damage is the big one. If it's... So what I'm going to say from the off is if this is going to slow down the helicopter a huge amount, and it's going to mean that I'm going to spend an enormous amount of time having to fly from point to point to point, I'm going to turn that off because... you don't need to see it, and there is no... It's not like IL-2 Stromovic where you can fast forward from point to point or just skip through it. You have to do them. So I want to do them as quick as I possibly can. So I would say save that. That still said beginner at the bottom though. Oh no, it's trainee now. Good. Right. Okay. So here we are, and that mirror is less than fucking useful, but we bought it. Let's go ahead and start the engines.
Switching batteries on.
Now,
Building starter for engine 1.
if this is your first time joining again, I always use the
Throttle
auto
the
startup
idle
because
for
I
engine
really
1.
don't want to have to sit and learn all this crap down here.
Releasing starter
I'm
for
sure the
engine 1.
computer will do it faster than I will. Explain the instruments. From the bottom left, I'm sorry if this is the third or fourth time you're going to have heard this. Bottom left hand side, starting with the one that's 0 to 300, and that's our speed.
Throttle
Next
the
one
full
along
for engine
is
1.
height. The one
Ready
in the
for
centre is the
liftoff.
false horizon. The one second from the right, the one that has 5, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15 at the top and the bottom, that's the torque. And the last one is our heading, and the green arrow inside that is the wind direction. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to lift off for a starter. And we're just going to rock forwards a little bit. Let's going to bring that a touch more inside there. Ooh, come on, steady out, steady out. Okay, so there we go. So the next thing, if this is the first time that you're looking at this video, you don't fly to the reticle crosshair inside that green V.
Tom, it's Kelly here. Well, I've been doing a bit of asking around about your client today. You know who he is?
No, I don't know. I just know he must be pretty wealthy.
I should say so. Turns out Hayden is CEO of a major international conglomerate, Ranacorp Industries.
Hold on, what? The company involved in the cargo disaster?
One and the same, Tom.
Well, that is interesting.
Yeah, anyway, your brother has more details about the contract. Stand by.
So yeah, as I was saying, you don't fly to the reticle in the middle of the screen. You fly to the little circle with the crosshairs coming out of it, with the 3 lines coming out of it. That's where your helicopter's actually headed. And then inside of the throttle, the torque bar, which is the second one from the bottom right, there's also a little white dot, and that's your centre of gravity. So when you're flying a helicopter, effectively, the way you need to think about it is that you're sitting atop of a column, and you're steering it by falling off the column. If that makes sense. It's difficult to explain without really having. If you imagine having a pencil, and then if you wanted the pencil to move in the forward direction, that was balanced on your fingertip, so the tip of it was on your finger, and you wanted it to go forwards.
Hi, Tom. It's your brother here, too. Hayden's assistant just emailed me some sort of flight plan confirmation. A short tour of some kind. Find out what he's digging for, Tom, but go easy. Concentrate on your flying and keep your cards close to your chest. You'll do just fine, son. Yeah, fly safe, bro. And, sorry I didn't have this information earlier.
See, as I was saying, you wanted that pencil to move forwards. So the way you do it is you pull your finger backwards so that it toppled over forwards. The only difference being that pencil then doesn't have any means of lift or controlling itself. It's down to you. You would have to start running to keep up with it. If that's about the best way I can get it to make sense, I think. It's not brilliant. Okay, so we'll start slowing down the touch now. Oh, we're getting battered by something. So I suppose that flight wasn't too bad. On the scheme of things, worse things have happened. So let's see what landings are like under these new settings. Okay, so we've got a nice steady descent. Though we are on the wrong side. Because at the moment we're going to have to come over the top of that building. I want to sort of strafe around the side of this now. And let's pop that down like that as well. I think this is the helicopter that we sold to them in the last mission. So there we go, this is it now. Just slowly, nice and controlled. Our descent's a little fast, I'm going to throttle back up on that. And I'm trying to keep that the green dot and the white dot in the where the throttle is. I'm trying to keep those reasonably close to each other. Also trying to keep the airspeed down. And use that reticle to find my way. Okay, this is looking good, if not a little bit low. So I'm going to lift that up a touch. I think this is good. Nice and gentle. Everything's such a gentle manoeuvre. I think what I might do one day is just to show you how gentle you have to be with this game. I might set up a webcam and record simultaneously. And there you go. I couldn't really ask a huge amount more than that. I think we landed slightly on a path. We're not spot on the money by any means, but I mean, you're asking us to park next to another helicopter. Left that running. Jump! Ah, I can't jump. Helicopter pilot can't jump. Okay, let's go and see Geezer.
Ah, Mr. Larkin. Fine day for a tour, is it not?
Sure is, Mr. Hayden. Should we get this bird in the air?
No, Mr. Larkin, you misunderstand. Today we shall take one of my helicopters.
Okay, certainly, sir.
Well, just in case that fuel's now been included in the game, I better go and turn mine off really, haven't I? Protect the planet and all that shit. Or maybe we won't. I don't know, it's not letting me get in there. Huh. Okay, we'll just have to go and do this a bit more quickly. I think my seats are nicer. Despite the fact this is a luxury helicopter. I want these seats, why can't I have those seats? Son of a bitch. Come on then, let me in.
Take a second to get accustomed with the helicopter, Mr. Larkin. Please do consult the flight plan when it suits you. My PA has arranged the entire route. She's selected several golf courses. which will be
Oh,
evaluated
see up her skirt. What a slut.
Throttle the idle for engine
Oh
one.
god, it's a vampire. Look at the crazy eyes. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Releasing
Oh,
starter for engine 1. Holding starter for engine 2.
Damn right, holding starter for engine 2.
Throttle the idle for engine 2.
You like that dirty talk, don't you, bitch? See what you see in
Releasing
it.
starter for engine 2. Initiating warm-up.
Yeah, so if you're going to buy this game, and you know, I'd at least go and check out the demo. The address is in the description. But before you do so, make sure that you
Throttle the
have
full for engine 1.
a flight stick or a control pad, something other than the mouse and keyboard to control the
Ready for
helicopters with.
liftoff.
It's near enough impossible. So you see with this helicopter now, we're having to give it quite a considerable amount more throttle than the lighter aircraft, of course, the light helicopters, of course, because it's bigger. It's also a touch more responsive as well. So yeah, I say go and have a look at the website, and they've got some other games coming out as well. Cruiser Command or something similar to that, which looks very good. I'm going to be keeping an eye out on that, and that might become a let's play. But yeah, I say if you're going to give this game a try, make sure you got a flight stick. If you can borrow one off a friend, if you don't have one yourself, or you get a control pad or something like that. It's a very good game. It's a lot of fun. So it's definitely worth checking out. It takes some getting used to. Very, very gentle manoeuvres. So talk's becoming an issue there. Mind you, this isn't my helicopter, so I couldn't really give a shit.
This first course is relatively close to your residence. However, it has...
Stop right there. Of course, I know this club. I can practically see my estate from here. I specifically instructed you to look further afield.
Now, I think he's going to want me to get a bit closer. Oh no, that's fine, we can carry on. Wait! I'll put the shits up, yeah? Like I say, there was the other quote as well from one of the earlier missions from Paul, which is, "A helicopter doesn't fly, it just pounds the air into submission." I do like that line. That's a good one. But yeah, it's I'm pretty sure that a professional, qualified helicopter pilot, and they do throw a disclaimer on this, that this is not a helicopter training simulator.
How fares the business, Tom?
As well as can be expected. It's a tough time for everyone these days. Yourself?
Certainly, certainly. One must be shrewd in such uncertain times. After all, through no real fault of their own, a lot of small enterprises are at real risk of folding.
Yeah, so a fully qualified pilot would probably tell you very, very differently the methods of flying a helicopter successfully. I'm pretty sure that they don't just get in there and fall out the sky, as I so eloquently put it. So I think this is the one he's going to want to inspect closer.
And, well, so coming up to our second course, it is, it can be characterized by its rather large number of bunkers.
Did you not read the brief? Do you think I want our clients to be hacking around in sand all day? I can't see anything from here.
So yeah, we're going to try and get a bit closer then. So the first thing that I wanted to do was take the speed out of it. We're actually heading backwards quicker than we're going forwards now. Now I could really do with a fuel gauge as well. I'm assuming there's going to be one in the cabin somewhere. Let's just study this out. Try to do it without using the stability control. How much closer does he want me to get? God damn it, does he want me to land? That stability control's coming on. Right, well he's on this side, isn't he?
Okay, the angle is perfect.
So I'm just wandering a little bit there. Okay, so that's the first one. So that's pretty much the aim of this mission, is to do that. Let's get some altitude and get out of here. And fly off to golf course number 3. I think we've got to do 5 in total. I think we have to fly past a stadium as well. I think when I did my own little Let's Play, I landed on the road to see if I could steal cars, but no, they just drive straight through you. And I think I tried to land in the stadium as well.
I think, Mr. Larkin, it is about time that I put my cards on the table.
We've got 9 of spades.
I admire Larkin Aviation. I like it very much indeed.
Thank you, sir. We're all very proud of our operation.
Exactly. Although they do say pride comes before a fall. Do they not, Mr. Larkin?
I'm not exactly sure what you're getting at, sir.
So, I think that his voice, William Hayden's voice, makes him sound younger than he looks. I mean, that doesn't look like the body of a young man, and that's not the voice of an old man. But, I mean, really, I'm just arguing semantics there. It doesn't take away from the story in any great lengths. There you go, here's the stadium that I was on about. Whole area's under development a little bit from the looks of it. Actually looks more like Egypt than Seattle. But we'll give it a flyby. We'll buzz it. Oh, there's 2 stadiums. I never spotted that one. That's a baseball field, that second one. Let's play some baseball! That's football, wasn't it? So yeah, let's say this whole area looks sort of like it's still under development, a fledgling place, but it doesn't strike me as looking very American. It makes me think more Eastern European touristy areas, which are just great. I like the way that they're stacking those all those tankers quickly. And again, wow! See, that's Egyptian workers. That one. Okay, starts throttling down a touch. Start taking some of this speed out.
Now we're approaching the third club, which is actually one of the most popular public courses, and
We're not looking to slum it, girl. We're looking for exclusivity. Do you even know what that word means?
Can you get me a better angle? Okay, the angle is perfect.
We're gonna crash. Oh, I wasn't keeping an eye on my altitude. I was so busy looking at my speed. Damn it all. Yeah, it's trying not to use that auto stabilising hover button thing. I was doing reasonably well. So it's just trying to pay attention to all those things at the same time. It's becomes a little tricky. Oh. Are you about to suffer torp? Yeah, we are. Okey-dokey. Oh, you can feel this vibrating. Yeah, it's the joystick vibrating. I'm not sure what it's vibrating for. They're throttling down and I can't... feel any difference.
I think, Mr. Larkin, it is about time that I put my cards on the table.
I wonder if you can hear it vibrating through my arm.
I admire Larkin Aviation. I like it very much
Oh, hold
indeed.
on, I've got the
Thank you, sir. We're all
stability
very proud of
controller,
our
that's why it's
operation.
fighting back.
Exactly. Although they
I'm
do
guessing
say
then it
pride
defaultly
comes
starts with the
from
stability control
do
on.
they not, Mr. Larkin?
I'm not exactly sure what you're getting at, sir.
Now, I don't know if it's... I've just had my car repaired and it was making a massive ticking noise. It turned out to be the water pump. But I don't know if it's my mind now playing tricks on me, and every engine I listen to I can hear a ticking or a grinding noise, but this engine sounds like it's ticking or it's grinding. I'm just wondering if that's why all of a sudden the vibration on this has gone mad. No, I've not really stressed the engine that much, that's the thing. I'm trying to push it a little bit now to get a little bit more out of it, that's the torque, so we'll take that back. So, yeah, here we go. So we're starting to approach up again, and this time I'm going to start throttling down at around about 2.5 kilometers, and start using the angle of the helicopter to try and sting some of the speed out. Now, so we'll just start throttling down there. Keep the altitude. So that's it, it's starting to drop quite nicely now, and we're actually gaining altitude in that too. I've never ever been in a helicopter. One of the things I'd really like to do is flying a helicopter. So there we go. About coming down to 90 kilometers now. Speed's coming off nice and steadily. I'm still just going to pull back a touch on the throttle. That vibrating on the sticks now starting to get a little bit annoying. So there we go, that's it. So now vertical speed, pretty much done for. Horizontal speed is coming off quite nicely. Maybe, I don't want to be
Now we're
too
approaching the
much
third
lower.
club, which is actually one of the most popular public courses, and
We're not looking to slum it, girl. We're looking for exclusivity. Do you even know what that word means? You want me to get me a better act?
So there's two red markers right now on the direction, bottom right hand side. I don't know what they are, so if anybody knows what those mean, if you wouldn't mind letting me know. Just pop it in the comments there. I wonder what air traffic control had to say about this when they plotted this into the flight route. Oh, damn it! And it was just as the angle popped in. Right, okay, this time I'm going to have to use the stability control. I'm going to come in right over the top of it. Stability control, lower down. Because otherwise we're just going to be at this all day long. Oh yeah, this noise controller thing. So this is a piece of free DLC that they gave away. But I've seen today. It's the first time I'd spotted it anyway. So I've downloaded it, but I can't seem to locate what to do with it next. Whether that's in the challenges or it's in the free flight, I don't know. So I'm going to have a look at that because I'd like to do a bit of a session on that one too. And the joystick's still going at it, which is starting to get a little bit tedious because it's nice that it does it. It's nice that it works, and that's all lovely and great and everything. It's just it's constant. There's no it doesn't change when I change the throttle. It doesn't change according to whether or not I'm going up or down or turning. It's just.
Thanks, sir. We're all very proud of our operation.
And
Exactly.
yeah.
Although they do say pride comes before a fall. Do they not, Mr. Larkin?
I'd like to see a little
I'm
bit
not
more
exactly
variation
sure what
in
you're
the
getting at, sir.
in the vibration. Variation in vibration. Right, so hopefully we can do this as the last time. I actually think, going back to that clicking that I was talking about, I actually think the clicking is coming from the joypad. It's vibrating that hard. So yeah, approach pattern this time will be about 2 kilometers, and then I'm going to bang the flight stability control on and throttle down, and I'm going to control the airspeed first of all. Then I'm going to position myself directly above where we need to be, and then lower down slowly, let him get his view, and then go back up again. That is the plan. See, the red markers have gone from the compass there. So there we go. That's the stability control on. We're going to throttle down, and we're still going up. That's it. We're bleeding out our airspeed. Fall forwards into this. Maybe we're a little bit early. We could have done it maybe at about 700 meters, but better to be too early than too late. Good God, if that's not turbulence, if that's the way this helicopter just wants to fly. So this is a little bit better. Down a touch more. So I'm now got the stick completely bent forwards, and I'm controlling the height by the throttle. So lowering the throttle drops it, and raising the throttle sends it above. I want to aim for sort of about this tree line here. We're going to release that. We're going to slow down. We're still descending, so we're going to take care of that. By throttling to about just slightly shy of 3/4. Within 100 meters now. Let's just edge forwards a touch. Not too quickly, because otherwise you'll just overshoot your mark. That's enough. That's enough. And we're still descending very slowly. Let's come over the top of it again. And we'll stop, stop, stop. I don't know how much closer he wants to be doing. I'm 20 bloody meters away. There we go. So it seems that we're getting down close to the trees, so let's get out of here. Whew! Right. So our next one is over here. I've already taken the stability control off. Let's throttle up a little bit. Let's throttle down a little bit. And let's roll forwards. And there we go. That's the reticle. Shake, shudder, 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 shake. Crick in my neck.
Mr. Larkin, let me be frank. I would be very
Okay,
disappointed
I'll
to see
be
a
in.
traditional family business, such as Larkin Aviation, crumble under economic pressure. Consequently, I strongly believe that we could work together, a mutually beneficial relationship, as it were.
Okay, well, as I understand, you're an executive in a pretty powerful conglomerate. Just what kind of interest would they have in Larkin Aviation?
Indeed, Tom. Well, we seek to strengthen our presence in the civil rotor wing sector. Larkin Aviation has a strong reputation and an ideal location. You represent one of the business's primary assets. I sought to ascertain your capacity as a pilot and your brother's as a business manager.
So it looks like we're all getting roped into this this business together then. Now it's taking a bit too long.
I've typed in something of a flat course where you'll find...
Good grief, woman! You understand we are looking for something with a bit of interest.
I can't see anything from here.
Yeah, the whole torque thing is starting to become a bit of an issue because I can't really fly from point to point quick enough, and throttling to rescue the helicopter from smashing into the ground like that becomes tricky. So I might have to turn that on, but I'll trade it for something else. What? I don't know. I'll trade it for something else. But yeah, I don't know if you can hear that ticking. Once I've done this and I've climbed over this tree, because apparently that should be quite easy to do in a helicopter, one would think.
Good angle. Can you keep us steady?
I will. I'll turn my mic off and I'll see if the clicking goes away for you guys. I'm sure it's coming from that, and that's my that's the joystick. So I'm just going to turn it off for a second, and we'll see what happens. That sounded to me like it went away. So I think it is the knocking of the. Like I say, I
So, what exactly are you proposing here?
The details, Tom, I can thrash out with your brother. Suffice to say, we would seek to procure a majority stake in your business.
And our benefit, Mr. Hayden?
Of course, in return, we'd provide investment in real terms. Helicopters, equipment, skilled workers, the very lifeblood of an aviation service.
Sure, I see. Well, of course, I'll discuss this with my brother.
Naturally, we'll be sending over the documents, of course, initiating the formal procedures. This simply affords us the opportunity to discuss things as men.
in the Sarlacc pit. That was what I was saying before. Is that this whole engine thing, my car braking, has just set my mind off on every slight tick and knock now is under scrutinous investigation. And let's say I'm not too worried about the if it's just a joystick. I'm not too worried about that. But if it was the helicopter, woe betide. So I think this is then coming into the last golf course that we need to go and see. Then we'll need to take him back to his compound. Then we'll need to fly home. Right, actually, I wonder if I can do options, game options, difficulty, training. Let's turn that off. Stress damage. Disable that. Allow for rough landings. I think that's a fair trade. I'll turn the rough landings on, but I'll turn the stress damage off. How's that? Okay. We'll go ahead and just save it with those settings just in case I balls this up. And that would then become our new return to point. So let's get our strap on. Nobody takes me cereal. I think allowing for rough landings is going to be the first part, especially now that we're having to deal with wind for the first time. Wind, the pilot's natural predator. You see, even though I've got that torque button sitting on constantly, this vibration is still exactly the same tone. So we're coming in. Way.
Hey!
Oh, don't piss yourself, woman.
Next, we're coming up to the shortest of all of our courses.
Let me stop you right there. 9 holes won't be acceptable. Mr. Larkin, please skip this course.
Huzzah! Oh, that was course 5, so we've got to go to course 6 then. Okay, fair enough. He's the boss. We'll fall out the sky this way. Oh.
Ah!
Oh, shit!
You're all over the place.
Yeah, I've been drinking quite a lot today. So I have also emailed Bethema, the company that develops this game, and I've asked them if they wouldn't be, if they'd be okay with the idea of me demoing the music, which is one of the best parts of this game in my opinion, and it would also help pass the time. But if I turn the music on now, I would definitely be in a direct copyright infringement of everything. I mean, I can talk about what I'm doing in the missions and stuff, and that will all fall under the fair rights usage, etc., etc. But the music, I've got really no leg to stand on there, so I've got to turn it off. But the music in this game is brilliant. It is really good. So fingers crossed, they will email back saying, yep, it's fine, you can do that. Because like I say, Kerbal Space Program, they came back and they were very, very enthusiastic about the idea of doing. I've actually just rendered the Kerbal Space Program plane tutorial. I've started with the smaller fighter plane. I haven't recorded doing a shuttle yet, but the shuttle size thing will come, and then we'll get back onto our Edge of Space cruiser that we were working on. If you're watching this and you haven't seen the Kerbal Space Program stuff, pop over and have a look at it. It's all onto the same channel, it's all on a playlist as well, so you can go and catch up with where we are. We're actually in Series 2 at the moment, and I think about around in the 30s, 31, 32, 33, that sort of area. So go ahead and catch up with the goings-on of the Kerbal Brothers. If you haven't seen Kerbal Space Program before, yeah, again, go and check it out on my channel.
Okay, well, now, our
And
private, happily situated, and have a good reputation.
I see. Well, let us take a trip around it to get a clearer sense of it.
Yeah, again, you can go to kerbalspaceprogram.com and they have a demo for that. Oh! Shit! I didn't... The hill came up. The hill snuck up on me. That crafty hill which doesn't move anywhere. You can check that out. Much like there's a demo for this game, there's a demo for that as well. And yeah, they're both worth having a look at. I actually think both of them are worth spending money on. But ultimately, that has to be your call. I can't make that decision for you. I can just recommend that. I don't think you'd be disappointed spending your money on these two games, or this game and Kerbal Space Program. This, as I said the other day, I paid about $35.99 for it on Steam. I believe it was on sale not so long back. I also got an expansion pack. I got the Hind expansion pack for that as well, and then today they released the noise controller expansion for it, which I've yet to figure out where to go to get that to work. And then the Kerbal Space Program is $15 US. I think it's US dollars. I don't think it's Mexican peso dollars, because the company are based in Mexico. But both of them, providing a decent amount of entertainment value and replay value. Kerbal Space Program, I don't even want to know how many hours I've logged on that, but this is the third or fourth time I've played this, and we're probably looking now at hitting about the 20th hour. So, like I say, I'm starting to bash my money out of them. However, the game that I've played the most is Empire Total War, and I think that runs in at about 320 hours for that. But I do enjoy that game. This fly stick's so loud. I'll tell you what we could do, actually. We could go ahead and save it here. And then, God forbid, if I do crash into the earth again, then it wouldn't be so bad.
Okay, well, now, our final course is private, happily situated, and has a good reputation.
I see. Well, let us take a trip around it to get a clearer sense of it.
I can't see anything.
Shut up! Stop whining, or I'll crash this into a hill again. Do the same thing again, edge forwards, and we'll throttle to control the height, go slightly above where we want to be, come in a little bit as well on the angles, think that will do for that. We're still descending way faster than we want to be. Should turn him so that his window can now see. But what if there's some poor golfer down there right now, and I've just, you know, he's got 3 inches away from the hole, and his first shot is about to eagle, and I turn up in a fucking helicopter and blow his balls all over the show. Okay, that's it. Golf course 6 done. Up, up, up and away, gentlemen. Talk the hell out of this, and we're going back to the villa. Let's find out what these landings are like, eh? Now, there's actually a bit of a funny story. For those of you who don't know, helicopter technicians, my brother-in-law used to be a helicopter technician for the army, not the Air Force, for the actual army itself. And a helicopter will shake itself to pieces, so one of the things that you have to do as you build a helicopter is design it not to shudder or for the shudders to be dampened. Now, I'm actually a theatre technician, an entertainment theatre technician by trade, and he was doing his exams on frequencies at the same time that I was, and so we were sharing notes. So theatre technicians and helicopter technicians, not too different. He says rotor, I say Fresnel. So we're going to come in. I actually want to be. No, we landed our other helicopter about that side of things. Oh, come on, nose down, nose down, nose down. Plummet from the skies. Bleed off some of this height. Good, I like it. Although we haven't quite hit our mark. It would seem that our fellow in the back, I've forgotten his name already, rich English guy, would like to die in a helicopter. Oh, it's a little bumpy.
Flight, Mr. Larkin. Very much indeed.
Agreed, Mr. Hayden. An eventful one.
Yes, that's the spirit. Well, I shall look forward to hearing from your brother in due course.
So we'll just... Oh, that's it, and that's the end of that one. Okay, well, in which case then, we don't have to fly back to the compound now. I'm going to go and do that in the second one, so that will be the start of the next episode, which is probably, I think, episode 5, maybe 6. I can't remember, I'm sort of in a bit of limbo of recording here. But if you enjoyed that, please do comment and rate and subscribe, and I'll do some more of it. Other than that, thank you very much for joining me. My name is Hobo, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.